Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Soul Stained Ink. My name is Beth, and today you're getting kind of a bedtime children's book review video from me. So, I have 7 children's books that my daughter and I have read in the last 2 days that I just thought I would talk to you about real quick before I took them back to the library. She starts her new school tomorrow, and it's directly across the street from the public library. So I'm going to take her to school, go drop off some books, possibly spend the 3 hours she's at pre-K wandering around at the library worrying about my daughter's first day at a new school, and then pick her back up. So these books will be going away very shortly, but I wanted to talk to you about them. I do want to preface this by telling you I'm not completely in love with any of the books that we've read, which is odd because normally we get new picture books and I'm just completely in awe and I love them and I liked all of them. But, you know, first I've got Dory's Story. This is Disney Pixar's Finding Dory, Step into Reading. So she is learning to read and was able to pick out several of the words, and she uses her context clues very well. But this basically is just the story of the movie, but there were a couple places where I felt like it wasn't quite in line with what I remembered, and I don't know. I just found it a little meh. I hate when they try to condense the movies into little books. The kids love them, but I am so like OCD about it that it bugs me. So that's probably the problem here. I gave it a 3. Elena loved it. She gave it like a 500. And then here's Fancy Nancy and the Delectable Cupcakes by Jane O'Connor, pictures based on the art of Robin Price Glosser. We have spoken about this book and many other Fancy Nancy's to you. Just if you don't read Fancy Nancy, read some Fancy Nancy. Find a kid to read a Fancy Nancy book to. Fancy Nancy is amazing. We gave this book 4 stars. I actually do love Fancy Nancy. I'm just a little tired of it right now. We also read Learning About the Earth, Tide Pools by Colleen Sexton. I give all of these little books, they're so cute and Elena loves them, but I give them about a 3 stars every time because they're nonfiction, but even in nonfiction you can give it like a legitimate ending instead of just like the last page on this says the plankton are a feast for many of the hungry tide pool animals, and then you turn thinking there's going to be something else about the tide pools and there's just a glossary, and they do it in every single one of these blast off readers nonfiction books, and it bugs the snot out of me. We love the information we get, and she watches Octonauts a lot as well, so we got the pictures and she was like, those are hollows, that's where tide pools are, Mom. Like, okay. And then we got here and she was like, that's a sea urchin and those are anemones. Like, well, okay then. Then she had to tell me Nemo lives in an anemone. But still, these are really cute. If your kid likes learning about animals, um, Colleen, whatever I said her name was, Colleen Sexton, she did a series and she's got like 120 of these, well, 100 at least, of these short little books about all sorts of different animals. They're cute. They end rather abruptly, but they have really good information. They're really cute. My kid loves them anyway. And then we got No Bath, No Cake, Polly's Pirate Party by Matthias Weinart. And this has the best end papers. Look at those end papers. Just amazing. The phone went off. The illustrations are great. Um, so this is all about a set of pirates who received an invitation to a birthday party. And Pete, their parrot, will not allow them to go to the birthday party like this. So he says, no bath, no cake, no good clothes, no party, all this kind of stuff. So he makes them take a bath. He makes them um, go get nice clothes. And he makes them go buy the little girl a dolly instead of taking her a saber or a rope or a wooden leg or a cannon. And then they get to her party and Polly is upset because she was hoping for dirty, nasty, smelly pirates who would make the party a lot of fun and give her a wooden leg or a saber or a cannon for her birthday. or even a rope. And so then they go and they get filthy dirty again, and they take her all the presents they wanted to give her, and they tie up the parrot with the dolly to the mast of the ship, which is hilarious. But a couple of the pictures I just really felt were not as appropriate as you would want them to be when reading a picture book to your child. Um, in fact, mine pointed at that picture I just showed you and said, "Booty!" Yeah. It was a really fun book. I give it like a 3.5 stars. Just be aware that some of the illustrations are a little bit weird. Then we also had The Day Leo Said I Hate You by Robbie H. Harris and illustrated by Molly Bang. This is another 3-star. It's got that there. Basically, it is about this little boy whose mom just always tells him no, and he gets really, really ticked off at her. And he's like, I'm going to my room where nobody can tell me no. And she goes in and she's like, you can't draw on the walls, you can't do this. And he was like, you go to your room and you stay there. I hate no. And right now, I really just hate you. And Elena was like, oh. And of course, the next picture is he wanted to stuff I hate you right back in his mouth, but it was too late. And then the mommy is just like, she's like, you know what I hate? I hate broccoli. But I am not broccoli, and you are not broccoli. And it hurts when you tell people that you hate them. So they have like this really good learning moment. They talk about all the different things they hate. And then he had drawn a picture of angry mommy with spiky hair and mad face. And then he drew her a happy picture, and everything was great. Which it's a really, really cute story. I would give it about a 3 stars. But that's not, I don't know. I feel like that's not really how that would happen. Um, Yeah, maybe I'm just meaner than that, mommy. I don't know. Sorry about that. The laptop's on the bed for bedtime book time. Uh, so it's going to be a little shaky. Then we have Like a Wolf by Geraldine Elshner and Antoine Gulope. Gulope? I don't know. Basically, there is this dog who looks like a wolf. And so he's sad and lonely, and he's just kind of in this place where he's in a cage, and the neighbors are scared of him, and his owner doesn't take care of him, so then they give him to a rescue. And his whole life is just how much he wishes he could be in an open field. And then all of a sudden, someone comes in and looks at him and says, you look like a real sheepdog. He approaches the dog and he's not scared. He reaches in and pets him. And he's like, oh, he's so gentle. Wow. And so the guy's like, well, come on, I'll take you. And at the end of the book, there's light and color on the page. I really love how they did the illustrations. Everything is like, there's this city, it's all black and white, and everybody has these little dogs, and this poor guy is, it's all black and white and red. And then at the end of the book, when he's been adopted and now he's a sheepdog, he talks about he always wanted to be in the fields, and now at night he sings to the moon. And even in this black and white page, it just seems a lot brighter. There's more white. And then this end page is the wide open field where he's with his master and they sing to the moon. And I think it's absolutely beautiful, but I also felt like maybe it wasn't young enough to be a picture book. I don't know how to describe that because I love it. I love what it's saying, go rescue a dog, love your dog. Dogs want friendship, but I don't know exactly how to put into words what it just didn't feel quite enough for me with what they did. I'm not sure if that made sense. So we'll move on to Boris and the Snooze Box by Lee Hodgkinson. Yes, Hodgkinson. I can speak. All right, this one has really cool end papers as well. It's super cute. It's about this stray cat. Can you sense a theme? Do you sense a theme in some of the books we got? It's about this stray cat, Boris, who uh, he wants a home more than anything, but he lives out on the street. He finds a cardboard box one day and he crawls into it and he's taking a nap. But then somebody like puts tape on it and mails it off, and he goes through all these different houses. All these different people open the box and out pops the cat, and they're like, "No, I don't want a cat. I ordered the world's largest teapot. No, I don't want a cat on Mars. I have a alien dragonfly cow. I don't want any cat." And they put him back in the box and they send him away and he goes to the next person. And then at the end, all of a sudden, he's got a fluffy soft pillow and an old lady who loves him. And there you go. This was really cute. I would give this 3.5 to 4 stars. Definitely just a cute book about a cat who just wants to have a friend. And then he finally gets one. And then the last book that we finished this week was Tonight on the Titanic by Mary Pope Osborne. This is the Magic Tree House, book number 17. Um, yes, I'm reading third grade level books out loud to my 4-year-old. And you know what? She loves it. And you know what else? On TV today, I was flipping channels, and one of the channels had something about the Titanic on it. And it may have been playing the Titanic, actually, come to think of it. Anyway, she was like, "That's the Titanic. Mommy, that's the ship they said was unsinkable, but it sank." And I went, "Yes, yes, it was." That, ladies and gentlemen, is my 4-year-old because we read Magic Tree House. Um, it's not a scary book by any means. She enjoys having me read chapter books out loud to her, and it's still pretty short. So we finished it in 2 days. Normally, we would finish it in about a week because I read her about a chapter a day. But since she starts school tomorrow, she was really anxious, and I read to her for a lot longer tonight. But anyway, this is a little bit longer video, and I'm sorry about that, you guys, but I did want to talk to you about all of these books. So now I have, and if you have read any of these or want to know more about them or are planning on picking them up or have any children's book recommendations you think the kid would like, please feel free to drop all that and whatever other comment you might have down in the comment section below, and I will see you again very soon. Until next time, read something good and write something even better. Bye.